You are listening to The Right Hour. Meet with us weekly on Mondays and Thursdays for your dose of mystery and a smack of reality. Now for your hosts, Christina and LaToya.
It's been a long day and I remembered our topic for today. So, this might be some, I don't know what kind of energy talking about our topic of today.
Well, I guess
But it'll be genuine.
Yeah. I guess we'll just have to see where it goes.
That we shall.
So
we shall.
So I know today we were gonna talk about dating. Is that right?
Dating it is. Dating.
So you had some topics you wanted to discuss. Isn't that right?
I did I? I wouldn't say topics. The topic is dating. I just feel like dating is such a broad topic. It's a lot of things that we could cover with the dating. Oh, yeah. So dating with teenagers, like, interesting, fun. I don't know. Yeah, dating covers a lot of stuff. Dating from my perspective, dating out your race, dating being a single mother, dating with small kids, dating with teenage kids, college kids.
Well, yeah. I'll just jump right in. So, LaToya, have you ever dated anybody outside your race?
Okay, so that can get a little foggy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because out my race, I'm not African. I'm African American. So, I guess so. I'm not Jamaican. I'm not Haitian. So are we talking about that?
That seems like more like an ethnicity than a race.
I guess I'm kind of like that. I would say, see, what's dating? Like, back when we were younger, like you could talk, like you talk. We'd be like, I talked to somebody. We just talk, and that could mean like y'all just talk, and that's what it is, y'all. So I have talked to guys outside of my race. I wouldn't necessarily say dating because it was not. I feel like dating now is so like almost like a relationship, but not quote unquote the title of the relationship. We just dating. That's like the way to say like I'm into her, but I still want to have my freedom. So we date. Both sides, a girl, a woman or a man. But so I have talked to guys outside of my race. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe we could start with the definition of dating, because coming from having a college daughter and a 16-year-old, like, I feel like I'm lost on what dating is right now this time. So, yeah.
It beats the hell out of me because how I did dating was it's like picking a friend. Oh, yeah, I like you, so come on, we're gonna spend some time together. That's just how I see it. I don't know. I don't really see it as like, okay, I'm gonna conversate with you and we're kind of a thing. Or I don't know if that even makes sense. Just
what's your definition of dating then? What dating looks like? What
dating is to me is the same as being in a relationship. Honestly, but I keep things simple. It just is to me. Plus, when you're in what?
So if you dating a person, then do you even separate then? Do you differentiate between dating and being in a relationship? So you don't say dating then?
No, not really. Okay. I mean, like, no. No, because like if I don't even know how to really explain it, but I don't really know. Like, I guess I talk to somebody, they become my friend, and then if things evolve from there, then we take that step.
Take this step to be in a relationship?
Yeah, but I don't.
So what is the pre-stuff that y'all are doing before you
I guess you could call that friends with benefits for all I care. I don't know.
Okay. So then okay. But at the end of the day, so for you, like, you have to like develop a friendship before.
Yeah, I need to get to know a person. I don't, like, I'm awkward as hell, so I can't just be one of those people that goes and sits down for a date, which I know is probably really weird to hear because I was customer service and in retail and fast food for almost 15 years, so you should think I should be able to strike up a conversation with just about anybody, but outside of my job, I don't really have that, I guess, ambition or motivation to do that. I just don't.
Right. That's why I said, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, that you are definitely, yeah, like you're one of those people, like you wouldn't consider them like a people person, but you have that customer service, like you know how to be around people, you know how to engage people, you know how to, like, of all different types, but you're not a people person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you one of them people that, like, if you described and said that, like, what? But it's like, yeah, she's not a people person, but like if you in her circle, or if it's pertaining to work, or she's in a situation that she has to engage with people, she'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's outside of my friends and um, any relationships I form, I actually find it really incredibly difficult to have conversations. I honestly get, extreme anxiety when I have to make a phone call. So,
Yeah, you wouldn't date. Yeah, you
no.
don't date.
No.
I
I
got
got I got to get to know somebody, and then and it all comes down to, do I want to waste my time with you? Really, I don't want to go out on the town for 1-2 hours and it be the worst time I've ever had. But I've always been like that.
I think dating is just enough. Like with people, it's just all different type of words. It's like kicking. It's the same if you talking. So yeah,
Yeah. It
I
I
guess
mean,
at
like,
the end of the day, it all still suits.
yeah. I mean, I guess I still go through that process in a
Right.
way. It's just, I guess I call it something different as far as that's concerned, but that's just what I consider, like, just friends, and then if we like each other well enough, then we,
Right.
go that way. And that's not to say I don't, when I am single, I play around and have fun, but I'm not committed to anyone because I don't have to be.
Right.
So. And I wouldn't consider that dating either.
I got you.
So
Yeah.
I'm a weird person, I guess, because it's either all or nothing with me. I'm like, no, you're either in or you're out. So
I got you. Yeah, dating is. Some people think it's. Dating can be super simple and easy. I think when you're single, well, I guess that's the only way you can date. If you're single. But I don't know. Age has, I feel like, sometimes plays a part on how you date. Because, I guess like some say, well, no, because it really don't matter about no age. Because there's some older women, my age women, however, and single and out here mingling. Like, mingling, enjoying them, hopefully being safe, but just doing them. So that's true. And then you still got some young ones that do it. So.
yeah, I wouldn't say like courting is dead or anything, because I mean, like, even when I'm, feelings have to develop some way somehow. So the courting happens. It's
Right.
I think it just ends up being honestly different for everyone. But as far as like when it comes to me, like friends, then there probably some flirting, and then things just start escalating. But by the time that I've realized, like, okay, I think we're both heading in that direction, like, I'm gonna need you to figure it out, like, otherwise, bye, done.
Okay. I can get that. So have you ever dated outside of your race, Christina?
I'm trying to think.
You trying to think?
Yes, I have. Yes, I'm trying to think.
You have to think.
I did, or I didn't date, but like, no, I'll say that I dated a lot of boys when I was in high school, so.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think I've dated 3 people that are technically outside of my race. So.
But okay. So Well, okay. So definitely dating outside of your race when you was younger, and not, and you haven't dated outside of your race since you've been an adult, correct?
No, because let's see, I ended up in a relationship with my ex husband when I was 20. I literally just turned 20, and then um, you know, let's see, I
Okay.
separated from him when I was 28, almost 29. No, I just turned 28. Either way, it doesn't matter. No, I have not. I've
Okay.
I've technically really only had one serious relationship after my marriage. That so technically I've only had really like maybe 3 serious relationships in my whole life. The rest I usually give myself like about a month to 3 months before either they're bored or I'm bored and go our separate ways.
That's funny. I feel like a lot of people feel like that. Like you give some. I don't know. Things have changed, but I feel like 3 months is a good time. You have that first month because some people can put on that facade and try to woo you in
Mhm.
for a longer period of time. But a good 3 months, that's kind of, I feel like, hard on either part, woman or male, to like keep up a facade if that's truly not you.
Mhm.
That's why I said dating is so, not even just now, but dating is just.
Right. And honestly, giving it 3 months, and now everyone's going to be different, but for me, giving it 3 months, it allows me time to see if they're going to be the type of partner that I need. Are they going to communicate like how I need them to communicate with me? um
Oh, so you feel like the deep stuff in 3 months? Really? You think in 3 months you could?
they you can tell things by then,
I mean, yes,
honestly.
I feel like you could definitely tell things, but like to know how they're gonna communicate with you. I mean, so like for you, you've been married before, same. Me here. A lot of stuff I felt like after I got like it was after we got married. Like so I had been with him like years before we got married, like over 6 years with him before we even got married. So it was like certain stuff I did not see, or maybe in hindsight, if I look back, yeah, some stuff, but some things absolutely did change after we got married. So in 3 months, I mean, I guess so. Like in 3 months, you felt like you could see those particular things. Like you could see
Hmm.
how.
Yeah, just like it's just the little things, because I didn't expect them to have like full blown, like in depth conversation with me. But you can tell by how somebody, how often do they message you? How often do they want to talk with you? How often do they want to meet up and hang out?
Oh yeah,
Those
yeah.
are those type of things that I'm looking for in a partner to see if they're going to be able to meet those communication needs. Because for me, I I know I personally need to feel that emotional connection, from not just from myself. Like I need to have that expressive. So I'm needy, and I'm fine with saying that.
Okay. What does needy look like? I mean, I definitely don't think I'm a needy person, but I'm just curious, like what does that look like? Like coming from a person that's admitting that they're needy. What
I just like attention. Like I want to.
24/7 or like
No,
maybe
okay, I'm not that needy. Like
okay
I need a break here and then. Like I prefer somebody to have like
like
a
a
hobby, or
24-hour day and you only sleep maybe 6 or 7 of them. How many more hours? Even if it's a text, it's a call, just any type of.
right now, like it can be anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. I mean, it's the time that you
Every
put
day,
in.
and
Yeah,
that's enough.
yeah. And yes, I do. Like
One
that's
hour,
huh?
and that's enough. Okay.
Well,
Is
I'm
it
also trying to, they're also having to work too. So, and he can't have.
okay? So forget if you was trying to be considerate. How much would you want? Period. Like, don't think about oh, I got to be considerate because of the work schedule. How much do you feel like you want or need? Sorry, I was like,
Yeah, it felt like I was in an interrogation there for a
I know, right? How many do you need? I know.
I don't know. I don't know, a few hours at least. But that's on.
If you didn't hear from him in a day.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm not. No. Nope. I need to hear at least once a day.
Okay.
Actually, I need to hear twice. I need to hear a good morning, and need to hear at least good night.
Okay.
And some other stuff in between would be nice too.
Okay. Hey, you know what you like and want.
Do you feel like you need that constant daily contact, or are you able to go a day or so without it?
Yeah, I feel like I can go a day or so without it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I feel like I can go without it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know when you. I mean, I don't know. I guess I just never. I don't feel like I dated a lot. Like you said, of being with somebody and being with somebody so young. Like I met, like my kid's dad and stuff in college, and then all my adult life. You know what I'm saying? Like being with him. So I would definitely say that I don't know, maybe that has contributed to where I don't feel like I would have to, if I'm dating somebody, being with them, I would have to talk to them every day. Of course, like I don't know, because I really like the whole that saying of like distant makes the heart go fonder, and I do. I think it can be like that. But with anybody, I just think that whole concept is good with not anybody, with anybody you got that relationship with. Because sometimes, like after not like some of my close friends, after if I don't talk to them after a couple of days, it's like dang, when I talk to them, it's like, what's up? Like where you been? Like what you been doing? Just yeah. So I enjoy that. I like that. I guess I like the whole like let's miss each other or have a point of missing.
I got you.
Yeah, I think that's healthy and it's okay because eventually, like if you're gonna end up being with that person, whether people get married to be together for a lifetime or have a lifetime relationship with a person, like you got the lifetime. So I mean, yeah,
Right.
it just
No,
very
I agree.
depends. I don't know because I used to think like dudes or guys, whatever, was not like that. Because like one of my guy friends that I met out of town, like I literally met him over a year ago, and we will talk every day. The same like you said, it's every day. I know it's gonna be a good morning, a check in through during the day. You know how your day was going, and just something at night, even if we don't talk. So I don't know. For me, it's cool and it's sweet, but I don't necessarily feel like if I have to have it, like if I didn't get it a day, I don't think nothing. But if maybe a couple of days pass, it's like, yeah, but
I understand. Yeah, like I said, I've just always been that way, so I have expectations that gotta be met.
all right.
It's cool if, we don't click or whatever. I mean, I'm fine. I mean, like, have I always reacted that way? Absolutely not. No, sometimes I have cried and freaked the hell out and acted totally psycho, and then I look back and I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see why they didn't want anything to do with me. But I've tried to, definitely after my ex-husband, I try to take things more with a grain of salt versus just flipping out and just being like, life's too short to waste time. In fact, I think I've sent it to you before, but you know how there's 86,400 seconds in a day. I'm not going to throw the whole day away just for 10 seconds to be pissed off and let it ruin the rest of my day. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and try to change somebody's mind. If they don't like me, they don't like me. And that actually took a long time for me to be okay with that. I have a harder time actually dealing with, that's a total different topic. I have a hard time dealing with rejection on a friend or a coworker level more than I do on a relationship level.
So. Well, I mean, definitely rejection is a part of dating. Like, because I mean, you can date for so long and it don't go anywhere. It doesn't, go to the next level. So, I mean, it's definitely rejection in dating too. Or you get to, you know, dating somebody and the vibe is good and it's cool and y'all can talk and chill, and then it gets to the next level where you possibly be intimate, and then it's rejected if it's not good, or if it's bad, or a person that feels satisfied, like that's a form of rejection too. Because then, like, where do you go if you're dating somebody? And that's why I said dating is just so complex, but it's, I guess, like you say, it's a process, whatever you call it, dating, kicking, talking it. Like, it's still the process you have to go through to build in a relationship, intimate relationship anyway. But, so how do you feel about the people who date outside of their race? Like, do you feel like it's more acceptable now, or
Yeah, every year that goes by, I feel like it's way more acceptable. I honestly, I've never had a problem with it. I never saw really the big deal. I guess it's like, okay, you love who you love, and who am I to sit here and say that's not okay? I'm not living your life. I don't have to be a part of it. So that's just how I've always seen it. Like, I get that there are.
I say, yeah, you're right. I said it should be like that.
Yeah, but I know there are a lot of people out there that are also like hardcore against it. For what reasons? I feel like.
It's crazy. I feel like up until recently, I was okay with it. Like, I was fine with it. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I only had a problem if I if I seen a black guy with a white woman. Any other type of interracial dating, I had no problem with it. Up until recently, like, I don't know what all the thinking and feelings and self conviction that I came to get me to that place, but up until, yeah, recently, like, I don't know, yeah, that part I didn't like. I knew, and it was crazy because, like, I knew, like, of course, disrespect or nothing major, nothing mixed. I definitely have mixed cousins or however. I don't know. I guess it was just I don't know, a mindset, like, just a negative mindset that I shouldn't have. And I don't know, maybe it's some deeper rooted stuff that I haven't tapped into, but I really honestly don't have a real full answer. But I just know I just used to didn't like that. It just, yeah, I don't know. I always say, I hate to say everything's always grown up in Alabama, but I don't know. It just, I guess a lot of seeing, like, the things that have happened when the black guys that I knew or was close to people that I knew, when they dated them, all the, I guess, the pain and the hurt and the death and just the different things that came behind that, that I just was like, out of all the other race, like, out of all the races, if you want to go outside, like, why that one? Just, I don't know. But up until now, like, but I always felt like you're right. Like, you can't help who you love, but I just, it is.
Because love, I mean, like, love is blind, honestly.
Right.
Well, hold up. I want to backtrack a little bit, like, with some exceptions. Because, yeah. But, like, essentially, love is very blind. It doesn't care, really, about race, your gender, or anything like that. So, to touch back on what you were saying, I don't think it helps also that social media has really came to a forefront, especially, in 2020, everybody was on freaking social media. I felt like, just to pass the time. And, I mean, I've seen some really not so nice things come across my feed regarding interracial relationships. Everyone's opinion to me is valid. It's just I might very heavily disagree with it. But I think social media honestly plays a big part in those feelings, because honestly, you're not the first black woman that has told me that either. You don't like how, well, or that you used to not like how black men would date white women. But like I said, I think that has a lot to do with social media, and everyone's got opinion.
Before now, like, I really wasn't on social media unless, like, I had to, or like what I'm trying to promote in my business, and just to stay in touch with family. But as far as, how people now are, like, on social media, like, they post their life, they post different stuff. They're always looking for this. Like, I don't consider myself a social media person. I feel like I have to, for, like, what I feel like I'm meant to do. But I don't know. I think it's definitely depends on the person. Depends on how you were brought up.
Okay, but your circle of friends, who's to say that they didn't see something on social media and
I was always the one friend. I didn't never have any
You
friends
see what I'm
that felt
saying?
that way. I was always that one friend felt that way. Yeah, I can't tell you another. I can't name a friend that agreed with me on that. Like, I have not one friend that ever agreed on that. So I don't know. That's why I said. So when you said another black woman, I was like, okay, now I definitely know it's black women out there that feel that certain way, or that do. But as far as my circle or my friends or my cousins, they don't feel the same way. Not one feel the same way that I did, or rather. But yeah.
Do you feel like your views have changed? Or, I mean, like, I know you said earlier that they had, but do you really?
Yes, it was more so recently of me just not. I don't know. I guess just accepting it, just like being like, why? Like, if you can so easily not care, about it being like that, just let it go. Like, I can still remember and know the era that I live in, and that it still exists. Like, it's still people that are not happy about it. It's still, all kind of people. Police. It's just all kind of higher up people as well that do not like it. And I just decided to just not feel anything about it, just like I do about the other, if they're dating any other races. So it's just a matter of like, I just stopped. It wasn't about like knowing, because I felt like I knew that I shouldn't feel that way. So that was never a problem, issue. It's just, I was just like, oh, like, I don't know. I just don't like seeing it. And then that would be it on the internal. But so it was more of just stopping and just being like, just let it go. Like, why? Really? For me. So yeah, but it's cool.
Did you in a way feel like white women were stealing black men?
Deep for me. It was deep, but not deep to where I felt like they taking them. Like that whole, like, they taking all the good black. No. They might be taking the athletes, but I mean, I'm just saying, but they not like, just kidding. But I never felt like that. It never got to a place like that. Cause I feel like I've known a lot of great black men and have talked to, or wish I could have dated, but they weren't single. Like, no, I never looked at it like that. It really was just off of, like I said, just that, like, thinking of like the history and just how even back like during slavery, of just how, not that I was there, just how, like, just what even my family or ancestor taught of, just like back then, of how they were, toward the black women, and just how, because I feel like out of all races, when black men date outside of their race, they still always compare it to like the black and white woman. You never hear those little memes or jokes of them, or like, I date an Asian woman because black women are this, or I date a Ethiopian woman this. Like any other race, it's always when they date a white woman, they gotta make a reference or compare or similar or why to the black woman. You'll never say I date the white woman because the Asian women are like this, or I date a white woman because of it. Just when that whole little thing that they do, which is still that in itself, it's never, it's always still resulting compared to like a black woman, or somebody makes it about that, when a white woman says. So I just feel like some kind of way when that happens and a black man is with a white woman, some kind of way something negative about a black woman is gonna come about it. So it's more on that, and just like I said, what I've witnessed and seen black dudes that would date white women that's lost their life over it, or was, black sheets, or just outcast. It just a lot picked on, like, with certain people in the city. It just, and so mine stemmed from that, and just that mindset. But I just finally was just like, whatever. Like, you can't, and I know that you truly can't help who you love. So yeah.
No, like, I think that's probably the most important thing, is just always keep in mind that, I feel like as long as their partner is being treated right and they're treating their partner right, who am I to really say, honestly, anything? So, because if somebody were to say they had an issue with my relationship, I'd just probably tell them, well, that sounds like a personal problem for you. So, it's just kind of one of those things. But
I was gonna say, so do you think, I feel like this is something that gets talked about but not really gets talked about. So like with dating, we just talking about like the different outside of your race and the woman and man. So do you feel like same-sex dating compared to like heterosexual dating, like what, like more? Because me personally, I feel like same-sex dating is way more drama, more whole lot of
I think in this day and age, it's a lot easier to connect with people that identify as gay or lesbian.
Okay. That part.
Just because of social media, of various dating sites that are out there that are specifically for gay people or for bisexual people or for pansexual people. There is dating sites for farmers, for Christ's sakes. So, you know, it's just one of those things where it can be difficult if, and I'm sure of this, like, I'm sure it can be very difficult if, for instance, a woman falls in love with another woman, but that other woman is straight. She don't see girls that way. So I can only assume that it would be difficult in that sense.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that would be like the only hurdle I can think of that would make things a little bit more tricky to navigate.
Because it is out there. Like these game, and not necessarily the studs, but like, you know, as they call them, the stems, or, you know, whatever. And supposedly I learned too, stems are like the tomboy but girly girls too. So they're like the tomboys where they could be boyish and they could be girly. So they're called stems. So yes, I feel like that is definitely a lot underrated. Like these gay women are like coming, like it's a competition, like where like they really do come in straight women, like dudes coming at straight women to holler.
Yeah,
so.
some I would like to say that a lot of, you know, a lot of people that are lesbian or gay are they're mostly respectful of other sexuality, you know, because for the longest time they were persecuted for it. They, you know, people died over that, just that they liked other women or that they liked men. So, you know, it's one of those things that you can either choose to be bold and you mess with the wrong person, and I hate to say that, but it's just the facts, or you might hit the jackpot. I don't know. Just, I think that's, again, where the whole friendship part for me comes in, because then you get to know somebody, you get to know their likes, their dislikes, you get a feel for them, versus where you're just dating them and spending time out in public together, and I'm just kind of thinking over here like, ew. Just the thought of, ew. I like going out every so often when I am in a relationship, don't get me wrong. Just the thought of having to go out in public just to do something with somebody. Just to do somebody. That's what I originally had said.
Wow.
Wait, hold on. That's not what I meant. But
I thought that dating is, people say it's complex. It's no matter which way you look at it. I guess it's supposed to be that way, because usually if you can go through what you go through, the tough times as dating, then you make it to that next level. Like of either being with that person for a lifetime. Some people just don't believe in getting married. Some people just, you know, have their mindset like they don't want to get married. Like if we're gonna be together, it's just a piece of paper. You know, and then you have people that really are like, no, but it's of God. Like I want to, you know, be in the right way. It ain't about the paper to me. It's about, you know, honoring God. So you have everybody who looks at it a different way, but just whatever way, like that's just what it is. Like dating, you have to go through that. And if you go through whatever you like, roller coasters or whatever your experience is with that person, to go to that next level, then yeah, it'd be all worth it, I guess. For that lifetime relationship or commitment or marriage. It's just, yeah, dating is a whole lot of. Dating after being married can be a whole lot of. Because you have different standards then. I feel like different stuff that you're not going to settle for. Like you just.
So I think the one thing that really killed me when I came out of my marriage was I hadn't dated anybody, been with, or whatever, for almost 10 years by then.
Right.
So it was like, and navigating how dating was done, like, I hated it. I was like, this is terrible. I despise it. Because then I felt like dating it was actually easier in school versus it is as an adult. Because like everyone is, I guess when you're a teenager, you just got those raging hormones. You just need to take care of them, okay? We're all looking for somebody to take care of it. Like, I like you, you like me, okay. But with what I came to find when I was dating after, I'm just going to call it dating because that's the only, yeah. But is that a lot of men would try to sell themselves in a way that didn't actually, what's the word I'm looking for? It didn't meet up with their agenda they really had. So I was finding a lot of people that just wanted to hook up and then ghost, and I'm not down for that. Like, no, like, maybe if you had caught me when I was like 16, 17, okay, but not as a grown woman. Like, no, you need to have a lot more respect for a woman than that. I think dating, I was about to give up. I actually had decided before I met my boyfriend that I was sick of it. Nope, I was going to be a player. I was going to do my thing. And by player, I just mean like I was going to play the field. I wasn't going to be committed to nobody. No, I wasn't going to say, oh, I have a boyfriend and then go and mess around with 5 other dudes. No, I didn't have any boyfriend and I was just doing my thing.
Right. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Like I was really I was actually exploring the waters and making sure I was making the right decision because I was sick of it. I was sick of feeling like I was being used and they were able to get what they felt like they wanted,
right,
or not get what they wanted, and then I would be like, man, I just wasted like a couple days on you. I think that irritates me more than anything, honestly, is when I feel like I've wasted time on somebody. That pisses me off so bad.
But that's a part of it. That's one thing I feel like I always would tell my friends, like anytime we talked about relationship or anything, like that's the part of like loving somebody, even like all the way down to like with the Bible and love, like right, that's the risk you take.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like Jesus loving us, knowing we might turn our backs on him, don't do right by him, following his word, but it's to me like the same thing. Like we just
I agree with that. And I don't know.
dating.
Yeah, just dating.
Dating. Even online dating. Think of that. Like that's a whole nother. But it's dating. Like the fact that because I'm just saying, like I've even tried that. Like but I just was like I can't.
I mean,
like,
what did you try?
Get past. Well, for one, I could never remember to like. You gotta. So it's different. Like when your phone text, you gotta get on the app and you gotta check it. So it was just remembering to even get on and text. So then when you do and somebody dang, if you ain't on there all the time or you want to reply, you not interested. It just was too much. And I was just like, okay, well, I don't think about getting on here every day. So it's like, you know what, this ain't for me. Like I just online dating is I don't know. I don't know if I tried enough or what it was but it just was not meant to me. I feel like online dating, unless you're gonna actually feel like you can meet a person after talking to them a couple times on there to see who the person is. I don't know. That part I could never do. So like that was one thing I couldn't. I don't know how long it would have took for me to actually have met somebody, let alone like give my number outside of that. So I don't know. I guess that's what I said. That's more too fast paced for me. It was just kind of like, wait, what? Like, we just messaged today. We exchanging numbers. Oh, okay, no, I don't think I can't move that fast. Like it's an online dating site, and yeah, that in itself is just a whole lot.
Well, I mean, like to be honest, like I'd given up on the dating sites and everything. That's not even where I met my boyfriend.
Well, I was late to it. Like I didn't until I moved here and just met like coworkers like a couple years ago. It was like, what? Don't nobody really do no online dating until I realized, yes, they do. A lot of people be on there in the meeting, so it's like, oh, okay. But that's why I said I'm just like, I don't know. I've accepted it to be like I'm good. But like you were saying about the whole ghosting, that's funny. I feel like that goes both ways, being men and women, being around mainly like having all brothers and stuff, and definitely the ghosting and that. But I think that wouldn't have necessarily been a problem for me. I feel like there's no way a guy can be intimate with me and then ghost me. There's no way. Like it can't happen. Like you gonna have to, they want to come back a couple times and then maybe like, nah, okay, but like, not no, this ain't no one hitter quitter. You can't hit this one time.
I don't know how I feel about that because I've definitely had my fair share of that happening to me. So
funny.
that's okay though. It's okay to be cocky like that.
No, it's not. Oh, it's not even as funny. It's not even on no like cockiness or relationship. It's just I don't know. Yeah, it's just a blessing. It's a blessing and a curse, but it's a blessing. So yeah, that same saying you give to the wrong person, have these stalkers and these crazy nutsos. So it's a blessing and a curse. But that's why I said dating is it's complicated because even that you would think at a certain age that we could date, we could be intimate, and like in it, I don't know. Sometimes, like I guess as you get older or not in a place of you wanting to like really be in a relationship, but have somebody safe enough that you can deal with and possibly be intimate with, but know that they not, I don't know, I guess it's that whole friends with benefits, but not friends with benefits, and that person got these other friends that they have benefits with, but just, that's to me like okay, a safe like if you want to be at that place. So I don't know. I don't think that's dating, but you don't want to get to like you don't want to date. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to date. Like I don't want to go through any of that. Like let's just be cool and let's just chill. If something seems to spark, we'll both know and we go from there. But if I'm not feeling no kind of spark, you not, then let it just be what it is. So
I feel you on that. Sounds kind of like what I do.
That's what I said, but I don't date, so I'm not dating. I'm not, I think now it's like dating makes my head hurt thinking about it. It's just terrible. But I'm not mad at it because there's so much other stuff like career wise, so much other stuff I want to do. But I mean, absolutely, as long as I got friends and I know like if I need or just feel like like guy companionship, I could get it. That puts me in a content place with the dating. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot of aspects with dating. I feel like dating with kids, like that in itself. So you have to be, a certain way with how you date then. Like even with having older kids, I feel like it's for me, I feel like it's a little more harder. Because I feel like I don't know how I looked at it when you're younger, like if you had younger kids and trying to date. People say like that's just the same thing. Like you don't want to have different people being around your kids, which you shouldn't unless it's something serious. But at some point, like they might cross paths or they might see them or however. But to me, it's harder when you have older, especially when they're girls, because you definitely at the age where they starting to date, if not already been dating and thinking about it or thinking they finna have their first real relationship, first love, like type stuff. So they definitely looking at you and dating, and because that's where they are. Like when you think of younger kids, they're not thinking of nothing on dating or mamas with this person treating them right and they happy as little kids. Like that tend to flow better. But when I feel like when you have older kids, girls or boys, just by experience and seeing friends' experiences, that makes it harder. Because you feel like I feel like when your kids are older, because you definitely feel like this my house, I could date, I can bring here. Like you feel like you don't owe all of that explanation to them, or they older and supposed to understand. But I mean, they paying attention to what you're doing too, as a mother at that age. So to me, I feel like dating is harder when you have kids that are older, but it's definitely harder both ways when you got kids and single and trying to date. But I feel like when they older, makes it harder. Now to say if it's girl having girls or boys, I don't know, because you can have them boys, older boys, and they not liking no dude that they mama talk to, and that's a whole different story. As opposed to you can still have the girls not like the dude, but I feel like I don't know. I was gonna say they couldn't be not as aggressive, but I take that back. I do have a daughter that may intend to be, but yeah, dating with kids is another aspect of dating. So.
Yeah, because I know with my kids, I don't typically let them get to even no male friends, which I don't have any right this second. Friends that, yeah, no, I can't. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, no, I don't think I keep in contact with my male friends like that anymore. Nope. But I mean, like, the phone also does go both ways, so that's fine. Like, I'm one of those friends that you could literally probably not talk to me for a year, hit me up, and I'll be like, hey, how's it going, buddy?
You know. Now, if we went to high school, we went to like we were friends back in the day and that. But if you like supposed to be one of my circle friends, no, we not gonna not talk, and it's been a whole year. Like that's a lot. I don't know about that one.
I guess I'm just so used to fair weather friends. I'm just like, eh. But anyways, so, well, that was a very interesting